to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone.
That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives by this point of pale light.
We shall prevail.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Welcome to the Internet Space Program.
What's up, everybody? GM, everyone. GM Pablo, how's it going? Oh, I can't. Are you muted, Pablo?
I'm muted, my bad. I was saying that
Steam
is currently playing right now, so I've got one eye
on the TV.
But we have important updates here too. So yeah, I guess we're gonna run through network updates, and then actually I put together a presentation. So there's a request for feedback from NASA for their moon base efforts, and it's called Lunar Enabling Infrastructure Accelerator, LEIA. And it's kind of hot off the press. Just from 2 days ago, I made a notebook LM because I wanted to kind of understand it better, and I'll walk through it with you guys, and we can walk through it together. So it should be fun.
Sweet. Yeah, looking forward to that. I haven't had a chance to dig into that too much yet myself, so it'll be informative for me as well. But yeah, we got some folks saying hello. Hey, Frank, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew Titan.
Well.
Always somewhere different, it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing too is so obviously we went through the community vote last week, and we're currently rolling out the launch plan for reopening the campaign. So stay tuned for updates throughout the week next week, and it should be live by the end of the week. So it should be exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, just some network updates before we kick into the moon base plans. But yeah, as Pablo just mentioned, we are kind of looking toward next week for reopening the Send Frank to Space campaign. So really exciting. Communities really rallied behind that 92% vote to reopen the campaign. And yeah, we're excited to open up another human spaceflight mission to send Frank and a community member to space. So this will be another opportunity to get reactivated for everyone who did contribute it or didn't contribute yet. You'll be able to get back into this competition. We had, I think, 34 people on the leaderboard as of the first phase of the campaign, and looking forward to seeing lots more people get involved, not just hundreds, but hopefully we could reach 1,000 people engaged with this mission directly. That'd be amazing. Yeah, a couple new faces in the network, so to speak. Over the past week, we had 3 people join. We're 222 active citizen NFTs, which is awesome. Big shout out to Rachel Lyons and former Space for Humanity executive director. Rachel is awesome. Great to get her involved. She was also involved with the Frank mission to some degree. Lucas Fonseca in Sao Paulo, Brazil, who we've been working with a little bit on a conference event that's coming up here in August, as well as Nadine Nicole, who is our most recent citizen in the network, who did an amazing video for Frank's mission, and actress on The Expanse, and yeah, doing cool outreach and activity. Also works with Space for Humanity as well. So big welcome to these 3 in the network this week.
Yeah, big welcome to all 3 of them. I love the notebook LM is so funny sometimes, and kind of cringe. It gives everyone superpowers.
Yeah.
Nadine's
superpowers, authentic leadership, and
very cultured. Lucas's lunar logistics. You guys will have to live up to your superpowers, I guess. But Yeah.
Add it to your profiles. You can add your superpower to your profile, but yeah, trying to distill their
Essence.
profiles into a 2-word soundbite, I guess here. But yeah,
And the new generative model with the images, I think it's looking pretty good. So
yeah. I was on the call with Rachel when she did hers, and she was like, "Yeah, I really like the whatever it is, the cosmic swirl. You know, the star, the I don't know what you call it, the gamma burst or something behind her." She's like, "Yeah, this is cool." But yeah, for folks who had the old, I was playing with it. I was trying to get one that I really like, but I haven't saved one yet. But if you haven't updated your profiles, I know Frank, you wanted to update your profile picture a while ago because they kind of made you bald. So Frank, you should update your profile with a. You can do a real photo if you want, like Lucas has here. You don't have to do the AI generated one, but you can also play with the AI generated photo and see if you get a better result this time.
Your AI image can go to AI Turkey and get AI hair implants. So
right, there you go. New tech.
Yeah.
All right, Frank will do it. Yeah, lots of new community contributions coming through in the past week as well. So great to see stuff here from Rosanna, who got her NAUI open water scuba certificate, and Frank, who submitted a bunch of stuff that he did over the course of this past quarter, from the Beyond the Cradle event to Yuri's night and different panels and workshops that he's been working on. Giovanna also submitted some of her workshops that she does with the She Is Astronaut Foundation. Really cool to see other kind of like connections happening between citizens in the network. I know, like William, we gave a shout out to as the featured citizen spotlight last week, but William is also kind of orchestrating things around this Art Rocket project too. And I've seen little events happening, like Giovanna helping out here with a cancer hospital visit in Colombia to collect more artwork for this future Art Rocket 2 project. And yeah, really awesome to see those kind of connections. But again, these independent contributions that you're working on, you know, your work can be rewarded at MoonDAO. If you're doing something that's advancing the mission of MoonDAO or advancing MoonDAO directly, submit that to the community. You can get rewards. We have about a $2,300 USDC reward pool for this quarter, and another 700K or so in locked B Mooney that will be distributed, which are voting power and governance rewards. And so we've gotten a lot of activity this quarter, which is really awesome to see. I think probably like double what we had last quarter, but the deadline will be coming up here, same as the submission deadline. So essentially 1 week from today, if you did anything between April 1st and the end of June, you have proof of work that you want to share with the community, please get those submissions in within the next week to be considered for this cycle. You can do it in the dashboard or moondao.com/contributions, and then we'll be distributing that reward pool in USDC and
some just quick math. So there's $2,300 up for grabs. Say we have like 40 contributors. You know, it's about $50 each for just, you know, submitting something you're already doing. So it's like, just get $50. Why not? It takes 5 minutes of your time or less. So just go to moondao.com/contributions, submit there. It's pretty quick, and then, you know, get a little bit of money. You know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Get money. You can use the money for, you know, keep doing the good work you're doing with your independent projects. You can use it in the marketplace. You can submit it to Frank's fundraiser here and work your way up the leaderboard. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with these kind of rewards that we're distributing. And yeah, in the past, we've seen people get, you know, a couple $100 essentially for their independent rewards. So don't know what you're going to get exactly, but just share the work you're doing to help bring eyeballs to it and get rewards. It's a win-win essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to these three, and I think maybe a couple others that submitted their community contributions. But yeah, again, as we mentioned, the deadline for Q3, well, for Q2 submissions is coming up for community circle stuff, and the same date for your Q3 project submission. So if you have an idea, you want some upfront funding, that cycle is open once again. We have up to 4.6K max per project for a 3-month sprint. Again, as we always emphasize, you know, you can, whatever you actually need though to make your project a reality in those 3 months, whether it's 1K or 2K, just request what you kind of need. You're more likely to get approved. We've gotten some cool ideas being shared in ideation already, like space satellite project with kids, and forgetting what some of the other ones are, but you can submit the ideation idea now if you want to get some feedback from the community, or you can just start working on the project template and make sure you get it submitted before July 9th next week.
Yeah, I really don't want to bury the lead on this one. This is kind of should be, headline up front and center 1 week. Deadline is next Thursday. So, it's like 5K that you can get for a project, and don't wait until the last second. So if you have any questions about it, jump in the Discord, moondao.com/Discord, reach out to either Ryan or myself, and get moving. So you only have a week. So
yeah, it's a great opportunity to get seed funding to just keep doing some awesome project that you're already working on. We have some really amazing projects going on right now, competitive process, but yeah, I'd love to see another great cohort come through here in Q3. So get those in. Like Pablo said, you can reach out to either of us directly if you want some kind of feedback or a person to bounce ideas off of as well. Brian at MoonDAO.com, Pablo at MoonDAO.com. The election cycle is still open. Nominations close on July 13th. So Pablo's first term as a lead will be coming to an end, but he's eligible for re-election. In any case, if you or someone you think would be or add a great contribution to what's the direction that MoonDAO should be taking in the future, get those nominations in by the end of the day on July 13th. And yeah,
I'll need to make some Napoleon Dynamite type shirts. Vote for Pablo.
Yeah, let's vote for Pedro, right? You can just switch that up. Vote for Pablo. It's good. Yeah, so just recap. Well, we do have a little Space Nights event. This is one of the Moon Founders Club projects, one of the active projects from last quarter. So we're going to be doing a little Space Nights virtual event here this evening. So if you're around and want to tune in, definitely join us. It's on the MoonDAO calendar as well. So that's happening tonight. Excited to do that with Paloma and see this project a little bit better, I guess, myself. And there'll be some other voices there too from the Brazil space ecosystem, which is cool. Yeah, again, the Q3 grants deadline, July 9th, July 13th, MoonDAO election nomination deadline. Those are just kind of some upcoming dates. And yeah, hopefully we'll have the Launchpad fundraiser rank live and open again next week. But that's all I got really for network updates.
Cool. Yeah, busy week coming up. Projects are due. Frank's fundraisers reopening, so lots of stuff happening. But also a lot of stuff is happening in the Moon worlds. So yeah, I'll just run through this. I just thought it'd be cool to do a deep dive. This is kind of for myself because I wanted to understand what NASA is talking about when it comes to the moon base. They want feedback for this, so anyone that has thoughts about it, they're really asking the space community, the lunar community, for their thoughts about how these contracts should work. So yeah, we can kind of dive into this together. I like the name, first of all, Leia. Cool little Easter egg there. But okay, so I'm learning alongside with you guys. So this is kind of intended to be a little thing that we do together. But yeah, so like many of you already know, Jared Isaacman kind of announced that the focus for NASA is going to be a moon base. SpaceX has kind of shifted its own focus away from Mars towards the moon. Blue Origin has cut some other projects that don't have to do with the moon. So we're seeing kind of like a bunch of commercial companies rally around this vision that Jared Isaacman has been leading around a moon base. But they've done various kind of press conferences about the moon base itself. And, we're all really excited. But I feel like this is kind of like the first, like very, very definite, like, okay, these are the technologies that are required. These are the contracts that we're going to be, that people can submit funding for. So this is, very, very interesting. So yeah, their mission to accelerate technology readiness to close critical capability gaps for near-term lunar surface and cislunar architectures. So these are fixed fixed price contracts, 3 years, essentially the goal is to kind of close the gaps around a bunch of different lunar technologies, and then supposedly also making sure that they all kind of play together nicely, that everything fits into when you're on the lunar surface. You make sure that you have the right power standards, communication standards, etc., so that all this stuff works. So it's not just developing the technology, but then coordinating all this stuff together. So they've kind of broken things up into different topics. Topic number 1 is around energy and power generation, both solar and nuclear. Topic number 2 is oxygen and basically taking the lunar regolith and breaking it up into usable components. I guess maybe topic number 3 is I guess 1 is solar, 3 is nuclear. So I guess they've divided the energy side into both solar and nuclear. And then topic number 4, in space advanced manufacturing. So think like stuff like what Icon has been doing, where they're taking the lunar regolith and they've got essentially a 3D printer to build things on the lunar surface. And then topic 5, which seems very exciting, is nanomaterials. So I think we can kind of dive into each of these. I guess each of them have different key metrics. TRL, for people that don't know, is the technology readiness level. So whenever technology is developed for space, they kind of give it a number from 1 to 10 that indicates basically how ready this is to actually be deployed into space. So they're trying to, I guess, advance the technology readiness level of each of these technologies. So, I think it went straight into topic 2 and skipped over topic 1. I guess that's just Notebook LM, but topic 2 is essentially taking the regolith. So regolith, also for people that don't know, these are essentially the rocks on the moon. It's dust. It's kind of hard to work with. It's electrostatically charged. It gets everywhere, but within it is oxygen. So if you can access that, then you can use that for a bunch of different things. You can use it for fuel. You can use it for life support systems. And it's a really kind of important piece of technology to make sure that you can actually use the stuff that's on the lunar surface versus having to bring it with you. So another kind of exciting thing that has faced, this technology has been ready. It's there. It works, but the issue is that it's difficult to get approvals. So it's difficult to have nuclear on the moon, but it's great to have someone at NASA that's kind of leading the charge and saying that yes, we're going to be doing this, and opening a pathway for companies to do so. So, I think it seems like one of the more difficult things in space in general is thermal management. So, I imagine a big component of this will be figuring out how to do the thermal management for nuclear in space. But this is going to be really, really important for things like surviving the lunar night. So, we've sent a bunch of things to the lunar surface, but they kind of end up dying because you get essentially a full week of no sun in certain areas of the moon, and it gets very cold, and then things die. So nuclear is likely like the best option there for just ensuring that these systems can be long-term infrastructure, that you don't have to keep sending more missions to kind of do the same thing. You just do something once and then it works long term. And for that you need power, and nuclear seems to be like the best option, because obviously solar, if you're going 7 full days with no access to the sun, that's going to be difficult. Topic 4, in space advanced manufacturing. So this is what we're talking about with kind of using the regolith for construction. A lot of people are talking about how if we're trying to do something like these like AI satellites and having data centers in space, Could you have in-space manufacturing on the moon that uses the lunar regolith as feedstock, and having some of that mass actually be taken from the moon and then just reconfigured to be then put in space. So this is kind of like I think a really cool direction. Obviously, you want to use the stuff that's there. So this is called ISRU, often in situ manufacturing. So yeah, I guess some of the stuff that they're talking about here is yeah, part yield. Yeah, so feedstock capability. So taking the materials that are already there to for example, ablate the surface of the moon in order to create landing pads. So, you might a big issue right now is that if anything is landing on the lunar surface, it'll eject a lot of lunar regolith, and this will destroy a lot of the assets that are adjacent to wherever that landing pad is. So, in order to prevent that, it's important to essentially create a space on the moon where you're not going to be ejecting a bunch of lunar regolith, and you can do that by ablating the lunar surface. So, or having these like shields around the launch pads, yeah. So there's, a bunch of stuff that I think we can use lunar regolith for. Creating little habitats. So obviously there's going to be a lot of radiation. So you're going to need to essentially have a lot of regolith between wherever the people are and space to just have shielding from that radiation. And in order to do that, you have to move a bunch of regolith. You have to be able to work with regolith, etc. And it looks like a component of this is also sovereign autonomy. So making sure that, I guess, the systems that are doing this sort of manufacturing can work independent of Earth, which is pretty cool. And then topic 5 is, this is probably the area that I know the least about, but it seems very cool. So different types of innovative nanomaterials. So looks like they're talking about different yarns and cables. So things that, yeah, I guess can be loaded beyond what we can do here on Earth. I really don't, I'm not the right person to talk about nanomaterials. I really don't know much about them, but yeah, pretty cool. Looks like there's something here. NASA is not going to fund heavy material composites, biomedical applications, and ground-only applications lacking strict space relevance. So even if you're working on nanomaterials, it seems like they've kind of outlined things that they're not going to be funding. So all right, looks like we're getting to the end of this, but yeah, so they're going to break things up into 3 phases. The design phase for year 1, year 2, prototype and procurement, and then year 3, demonstration validation. So yeah, making sure that I guess things work well with one another, so integrating them into the rest of the system. So that's going to be, I think, the key role that NASA will play is just making sure that all this stuff works together nicely. Yep, so you do have to be a US citizen, I guess, to participate in these contracts. So sorry for those that are outside of the US. And then, yeah, ITAR, IP rights, yeah, kind of probably the standard stuff that you'd get from a NASA contract. And yeah, so I guess this is just breaking up the anatomy of a proposal. 150 pages max, a bit more in depth than a MoonDAO proposal, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Claude could fill out those 150 pages.
Yeah. Actually, it's not somewhere in here that you need to, if you're using AI, you need to disclose that.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are doing their proposals with AI these days, for sure. So
I'm sure. I mean, even at MoonDAO, I see some of these where I'm like, this is just a prompt, isn't it? Right. Cool. So they've got these government task agreements. Cool. Yeah, it seems like this is kind of outlining some of the process around how these proposals, I guess, need to be created, mandatory submission documents, etc. So details about how to submit proposals for this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of breeze through this. This is for people that are kind of wanting to create a really great proposal for NASA. I guess they really outline how to do that in here. And yeah, it looks like the deadline is July 17th, so it's coming up here soon for at least just clarifying questions and feedback. Q4 final solicitation, and then Q1 2027 is when people would be receiving rewards. So yeah, that's all I've got. Just wanted to go through this and learn a little bit about what they're throwing out here. So I guess if anyone in the MoonDAO community is considering putting together a proposal or wants to submit something for a grant for this, let us know, and would be cool to yeah, I hope you guys or support you guys in any sort of way, assemble a little team or figure out how we can take some of the stuff that we've been talking about at MoonDAO and make it useful towards this program. So yeah, that's all I've got. Yep.
Great to see the well, yeah, the proposal process and all that, compare how it works to MoonDAO. Our cycles are a little quicker and faster and lightweight, of course, but yeah, it would be really cool to see a proposal come through from the MoonDAO community, or to tap into the network and build a team that way to try and tackle this. That would be amazing. I mean, MoonDAO in the past has kind of been involved in other submissions around like the Luna 10 and DARPA project. I don't know what you call it, request for RFPs, or if it was a project submission process, but yeah, I made it pretty far through that. Yeah, it'd be cool to see something emerge from the community. And yeah, excited for the ISRU stuff for sure. We've had interesting conversations in the past with like Phil Metzger on the whole regolith ejecta and like all the physics and modeling around there and the complications that come with that. And yeah, definitely Icon's doing some cool stuff too, to print those 3D blocks and future HABs potentially.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get if we can get Phil Metzger back here to maybe walk us through his thoughts on some of this and what he thinks. So he's always a great guest, and I'd be really interested to hear what he has to say. But yeah, I think the most exciting thing about this is that we're finally getting some definition around what it means to have a moon base, and yeah, I mean, I think this sort of leadership really helps kind of get all the commercial space industry to align itself around these sort of contracts, and so I think it's really cool. And I'm sure MoonDAO can build some stuff to help amplify and help support some of these initiatives. So I'm really excited for that as well.
Yeah, it becomes a lot more tangible when we're actually talking about a real moon base now, as opposed to before, where it was like, oh, we're going to the moon, oh, we're going to Mars, oh, we're going, I don't know, it's a lot of flip-flopping back and forth, and there was no real focus or direction. And it's really nice to see like a concentrated effort to make this happen. As we said in the past, like it was like the NASA and the industry kind of came back to what MoonDAO's been saying here for the past couple of years. Like let's take that next first step and create a moon base. And you know, all of that stuff is going to apply to Mars and beyond. So there's a ton of lessons that we need to learn, and a ton of tech that we need to develop. All these tech gaps, obviously, that NASA is identifying and that need to be filled.
First they ignore you, then they call you crazy.
Yeah.
And then they change all of their long-term missions and goals to be exactly like yours. So it's great.
Yeah. All lined up.
Our evil plan is working, I guess.
Our evil plan to take humanity to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, cool. I don't have anything else. Yeah, thanks for walking through that with me, guys. And yeah, let me know if anyone's kind of interested in Leia, or kind of diving deeper into it and wants to put together a proposal or something like that. Could be really cool. So yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you, Pablo. So yeah, everybody, get in your community contributions, get in your project proposal submissions here in the next week, and stay tuned when we reopen things for the Send Frank to Space campaign. You can hit the ground running on day 1 of phase 2. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and I guess, yeah, good luck to Spain, Pablo.
Yeah. 0-0. So
0-0. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. See y'all.
Bye. All. Bye.
Bye.
Our world is not in good shape. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that we, as the crew of Spaceship Earth, we're kind of doing a terrible job of being the crew.
All the astronauts say when they get up top, they're like, "Wait, what are we doing?"
Yeah. But explain to me what the overview effect is.
You know, it is absolutely gorgeous. Overview effect is when you're looking through that cupola, it's like the bay window looking down on the Earth, and you see just that, the Earth as it exists with the whole universe in the background. You see the thin blue line of the atmosphere, and then when you're on the dark side of the Earth, you actually see this very thin green line that shows you where the atmosphere is. And what you realize is every single person you know is sustained and inside of that green line, and everything else outside of it is completely inhospitable. You don't see borders, you don't see religious lines, you don't see political boundaries. All you see is Earth, and you see that we're way more alike than we are different.
Booster ignition and liftoff.
The Artemis mission illustrated the difference between surface thinking and overview thinking. Seen from the surface of the Earth, we perceive difference, division, conflict. But from above the surface, we perceive unity, oneness, interconnection, and cooperation. This is an inflection point where humanity has a choice between the two. And our decision will influence life on Earth and off-world for millennia.
When I think about Frank floating and experiencing Earth out the window of a spaceship, I am totally humbled by that.
Frank White is somebody who's devoted the last 30 plus years to not only explaining what the overview effect is, but more importantly, what the implications of that shift in perspective is for our planet.
We don't often think about the ripple effect of stuff that we do. So those of you thinking of supporting Frank, it's not just about him going to space, it's the ripple effect from that experience when he comes back. And that's why we should send Frank to space.
We're inviting people to go beyond making a contribution and join the mission. It won't just be a flight, but also support for bringing the overview effect down to Earth. So join us in sending Frank to space.
Send Frank to space!
And bring him back.
It's time for us to fly Frank to space.
Let's get Frank to space.
Let's send Frank to space.
We are here to say, send Frank to space.
Send Frank to space! Send Frank to space!
Send Frank to space.
Get Frank to space. Send Frank to space.
To engage in supporting the project of sending my friend Frank White into space.
Let's get this guy to space. Forget about me. Let's get Frank White to space. Tell them one more time. Let's send Frank to space.